What's up, peeps? And happy Halloween. Hope you're all doing well. It is kind of around the time where a lot of people would be trick-or-treating, so I understand if everyone is busy with that. However, for those of you who are not trick-or-treating, maybe you've aged out of that. I would hope so. I think if anyone has is trick-or-treating for themselves, I should clarify there. If anyone is trick-or-treating for themselves and they're in my chat, they are much too young, I'm sorry to say. Unless there are adults who trick-or-treat too, I don't know. I do not know. I've never seen them myself. But I would imagine most people, if they're out trick-or-treating right now and they're viewers of this chat, they are bringing their kids along or something. What? Hello, Crumbs. Hello, Crumbs. Did you just wrap up your trick-or-treating? I know you and Carly were doing that tonight. And it is later in the evening. I don't know what the time frame is for trick-or-treating. I feel like it would be right around that time, right about now. Got it done fast. All right, trick-or-treating speed run. Let's go. All right. See if you get an achievement for that. But yeah, speaking of trick-or-treating, that's what we're going to be doing today. We are going to look into some tier lists of, well, first we're going to start with just traditional candies, and then we'll be moving on to cursed foods. Actually, okay, quick, random poll here. What do we feel like doing first? Do we do the traditional candy trick-or-treating tier list, or do we do the cursed food trick-or-treating tier list first? Because I had to prep the other one, and there's technically a food item on there that I had made for this, so I could do that right away, just to make sure that it's all warm and good for me. But we can also hold off. Either way works for me. We went out 6, it's 8 now. Ah, okay. 2 hours. 2 hours can get you a pretty good haul as far as trick-or-treating goes. Yes. Okay. That didn't answer my question. Which one do we do first? Do we do the candy or do we do the cursed foods? Candy or cursed? We gotta have a decision. You think that I have power over my own stream? That's not how this works. You're supposed to tell me candy. Okay, both of you said candy. I think it's unanimous. All right, we'll start with the candy. However, before that, we have some nifty little pumpkins to look at. I did this on a whim last year, where I drew a little PNG of a pumpkin and had people kind of do whatever they want with it. I did not actually get any submissions, I gotta say. I got one, and I'll show you what it was. Just a second. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, frick. Now I don't know which one it is on this. It's probably this one. It's probably this being the pumpkin that I got from online. Yep. There it is. So, yeah, this is the Saddam Hussein jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. Yeah. If he was anywhere, it was in a pumpkin. Man, can't believe that he hid out for that long. That's the only... I don't know what it says about my, followings on social media, where that is the only response I got for the pumpkin. For reference, I was more so going for something along these lines. This is what I made myself. I made the "you're taking too long" pumpkin because I thought that would be funny. You know, a little hee hee ha ha Deltarune reference. But no, instead we got Saddam Hussein. I also downloaded a couple images from our chat. these were some images that got brought in from IRL jack-o'-lanterns. And considering Carly and Crumbs are the only active chatters in chat right now, I would imagine you probably know what they look like. Here is one of them. Oh, I probably, here, before I actually show it, am I allowed to bring these up on stream? I probably should ask that first. Is it okay that I show your work? Because I want to showcase your work. I think it's really good. But if you would rather not, sure. Okay, yeah, I don't care. Okay, just making sure. You know, want to make sure that I respect people's privacy. Let's knock that down. This is a big picture, I'm just realizing. Let's swoop that down. All right, so first jack-o'-lantern is, you know, a really reliable sort of jack-o'-lantern. I like how you kept some of the pumpkin in for the pupils, for the eyes. That's mine, yeah. It's good. I really like the mouth. Also, that nose, absolute perfect shape nose. I am going to say, like, that is perfect equilateral triangle. Oh, double carved. Okay. So that means there's a face on the other side? Ah, gotcha. Okay, that's really interesting. I didn't even think about that. Shared with my oldest. Oh, that's cute. That's really cute. All right, the next jack-o'-lantern that was in the Carly Crumbs household. What? Where did it go? Actually, where did it go? Just a second. There we go. Okay. Let's bring that back down. Schwink. It's this one, which I still need to whittle down in size. I'm doing some carving of my own. I'm carving this image into a proper fitting PNG. This is the other pumpkin, which I gotta say, this one in particular, large child's first carving ever. I really enjoy the mouth. Like, okay. The thing about jack-o'-lanterns, right? The thing about jack-o'-lanterns is there are two ways that you can go about it that really add to the Halloween aesthetic. There's one which I think a lot of people try to do is where they try to like perfectly carve out the shapes, you know, perfect circles, perfect triangles, like a perfect mouth. And then I think on the other side of things, having it be like jagged and like off kilter really adds to it. Like, I really like the aesthetic of the eyes, how one's kind of like a little smaller and they're kind of like askew a little bit. I love the snaggle tooth here. Just like the whole mouth shape. The mouth shape is really good. I really enjoy this pumpkin. If I saw this on a porch for Halloween, I'd say, oh yeah, very good job. Yeah. So, Halloween chaos, a little bit. Cause yeah, I've tried before to make like perfectly symmetrical pumpkin, and it always just like, you notice the imperfections a lot more when you try to do that. But if you just kind of like go ham on it, don't even worry about that, and it comes out like not perfect whatsoever, that's just like, it adds so much charm. I really enjoy it. And then last pumpkin that we got is another really good one. I got, frick, I keep accidentally pressing the wrong button. Let me do. Okay. This is a really good pumpkin. I gotta say, this is a really, like, the eyes, it kind of gives Venom vibes a little bit. It kind of gives Venom vibes, but, you know, we're here for it. We are absolutely here for it. It's so cool. I especially love, like, the strings attaching the top and bottom mouth parts together. You know what I'm talking about. Like, and I don't know, it's very good. It's a very good aesthetic. It's kind of like it ripped open. Yeah. It's like one half Nightmare Before Christmas and the other half Venom, like Spider-Man Venom. You see what I mean? Like, I could see this being the Oogie Boogie face, but also if he was like merged with the symbiote. I said Jack too, or Jack Skellington. Jack Skellington as well. There are those like hardcore Nightmare Before Christmas like images. It's weird. It's strange how Nightmare Before Christmas is all like whimsical and fun, but then you get some people who like really go hard on the horror part, and like, I don't know, it's just, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's an interesting vibe. It's kind of like the same sort of, you ever see those like tattoos, or maybe it's like on a t-shirt or a meme somewhere, where it's like goth Tinkerbell or like just goth Disney characters in general, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah, that's a thing. Or like blinged out SpongeBob. Have you ever seen blinged out SpongeBob? It's the same sort of like, okay, sure, why not? Yes. It's like, I do not understand sometimes. I don't understand where people get off on that. It's like, what about SpongeBob made you feel like, yeah, this is gangster? It's like, sure. Guy can't even get into the salty spittoon, but sure. SpongeBob, absolute baller. He's out there popping caps and fools, anyway. It's so weird. It's so weird. Yeah, that's all the seeing all these together, I love how we've got like the actual carvings. And you know what, actually, putting this pumpkin right next to my pumpkin, like, I don't know, they're buddies, they're friends. I can see them being friends. And then we've got Saddam Hussein over in the corner. I still can't get over that. Like, when I saw somebody submit that, I was like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah, that's the direction that I wanted to go in, sure. Was it Ark? It was not Ark. It was not Ark. I forget if they are a regular or like, you know, frequent this channel. I can't exactly remember off the top of my head. Let me look them up real quick. Mr. Pumpkin, where have you gone? Why is my Twitter so very freak long? I'll get there soon, you just mark my words. Holy crap, that took some time. This is absurd. Okay, yeah, it's Consbo. We've seen Consbo around. It's Consbo. Consbo was the one who made that pumpkin, which, by the way, Consbo, if you're out there, thank you. Thank you for your addition to this wonderful, wonderful lineup of pumpkins. I appreciate it. Thank you, and why? Exactly. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. See, here's the thing though, is like, I know, like, you look at my follow count, that's basically the same amount of followers that I have on all my socials. I technically have less on Blue Sky, but you look at my Twitter, you look at my Blue Sky, I do not have, that's not how you spell Blue Sky. I do not have a lot of a big following. I am very much a small-time streamer. So any amount of support, any amount of contribution to my efforts, because I do try and get other people involved. I'd be like, hey, come do this thing. I think it'd be really fun. And like, it gets no traction whatsoever. I get like maybe 2 people who are like, yeah, that sounds cool, and then never hear anything back again. So having people who actually like take the time out of their day to, you know, contribute, it's very nice. It's very thoughtful. I appreciate it. Okay, I think that is a good amount of pumpkin time. Thank you again for your lovely artwork, whether they be digital or vegetable. I don't know how you would say it. Are pumpkins a vegetable or are they a fruit? I forget. I think they're technically a fruit, if I'm not mistaken. Pumpkins, gourds, I kind of got the whole like, oh, it's a big rind and it's got seeds inside. I don't know what the distinction is. I honestly don't know what the distinction is between a fruit and a vegetable anymore. I am just like, whatever. If it gives me nutrition, I will be fine with it. You say a cucumber is a fruit, whatever. I'm still gonna eat it and count it towards my salad. Anyway, while we're on the topic of food, I think that is a good segue into the tier lists for the evening. So, like I said earlier, first we are going to be starting with the candy tier list. So, this is a pretty decent amount of Halloween candy that you may or may not see in your trick-or-treating endeavors. We have a few different tiers, 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got 7 different tiers. So obviously at the top we got God tier. This is like best of the best, cream of the crop. You find the people who give these out at Halloween for trick-or-treaters, and you go to their house multiple times. You put on different costumes, make sure that you hide your face, and you just milk them for all they're worth, because yes, absolutely yes. Thank you for being such good neighbors. You are the best. And even if it's like just a decent size or like a decent candy, if it's something that you're like fine with, if it's king sized, automatically God tier. Before we start, can you say? You can say. What do you have to say? Also, let me get a drink before we get started because my throat is getting a little parched. One house was giving away Velveeta tonight? Excuse. How? Like, absolutely how? Was it in like a little to-go cup? Was it in a whole box of Velveeta? A whole box of Velveeta boxes. Okay. I would definitely put that in the won't complain category. You know what? Sure. Go for it. That's so... It's like, have they forgotten what trick-or-treating is about? Although, okay, I will say, not to get like too political, but I did see some stuff about like, you know, families running out of SNAP benefits and things like that. So maybe they wanted to give out Velveeta boxes to be like, hey, you know, have some like proper meals and stuff. And like, that is pretty thoughtful if you think about it that way. If they're like trying to look out for people who might not be fortunate, then yeah, I would say that was a pretty good idea on their part. One of the people walking with us said the house was owned by a caterer, so that's possible. Okay. But yeah, I would definitely take that. Even if it was like not candy, I wouldn't complain. And in between those two tiers, in between God tier and won't complain, there's Oh Reliable. Not as good as the God tier, but also like still good in their own right. Still worthy of being put in your little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin bucket, whatever you might have. Actually, what kinds of bags did you bring when it comes to trick-or-treating? Either like recently or when you were growing up? Because I always had like a round sort of jack-o'-lantern shaped bucket. Pillowcases only. Pillowcases. Okay, that is pretty smart. It would get heavy after a while, but that is pretty smart. Yeah, like having a small bucket means that you can't fit as many candies inside. So that's unfortunate. Custom cases my mom made. Aw, that's so cute. That's really, really cute. We had like, I don't know, we had varying sizes of buckets. We had like basically a small, medium, large sort of situation where some were just like shaped, themed buckets for Halloween, and others were like pails that you would bring and like make giant sand castles out of or something. Like a small popcorn bucket sort of thing. I used to use buckets and dump into a pillowcase in the car. And I was like, ooh, that's actually pretty smart too. Cause if you go to like, you make your rounds around a certain neighborhood and then you go back to your car, you empty out your stuff into a pillowcase, and then when you hit the next neighborhood, you've got an empty bucket, so they think, ooh, new trick-or-treaters, so they give you more candy afterwards. Yeah, I can see the logic. I did have the original Boo bucket at least 1 year growing up. Boo bucket? I have to look that up because I have no idea what you're talking about. Is it just a bucket that says the word Boo on the side? That's what I'm thinking. Boo bucket. Oh, it's got a little face. Okay. Yeah. I see it. McDonald's. Okay. It's a McDonald's thing. Gotcha. Yeah, I had one that was like roughly around that size, but it has been a while, admittedly, so can't exactly remember. But either way, still got a fairly decent amount of candy growing up, and we would always bring it back to the house and just lay it all out, do our trades if need be. But I think for the most part, we stuck to what we got. And if we didn't like it, we just put it in a communal candy bowl that sat in the house for like 2 months, and then we dumped out the candy. Whatever was left over that nobody ate. Because why would you when it's garbage? It's not trading fodder, trading fodder. Goes straight into the garbage, and there might be some stuff that I've never had. We'll see. Also, grumble in the middle is like, I would rather eat something else, but like, fine, I guess. Kind of, it's just a middle of the road sort of thing. You know how it is. Some candies just don't live up to the hype, I'm sorry to say. So, let's begin. And we're gonna begin with a rather hot take here. We have Hershey's Cookies and Cream, according to the list here. Got a pretty decent list as well. Hershey's Cookies and Cream. Where do people fall with Hershey's Cookies and Cream? Because I know where I stand on it. I know a lot of people do not like it whatsoever. I know some people who really do like it. So what are our thoughts as a communal sort of collective opinion? Love it, but it gives me heartburn. That is fair. If it's a health concern, probably wouldn't want to eat it too much. Me personally, I love them. I love Hershey's Cookies and Cream. A lot of people say, oh, it's not even chocolate, it's just straight up sugar. Yeah, I'm a hummingbird. What do you expect? I love sugar. And yeah, I like the crunchies in it. Yeah, it's got a really nice texture to it. Crunchies is like straight to the top of the tier list. Yeah, you've got like good texture that automatically elevates your candy to incredible heights. You can't just say, oh, it's got the crunchies. We're gonna get to crunch bars in a second, and don't even get me started on Bunch of Crunch. Oh my God. It has been ages since I've had Buncher Crunch. I just realized it's been ages since I had Buncher. But yeah, it's really good. Next is Reese's. So Reese's, I have had, okay, you're never gonna believe this, but I was watching a Hololive stream. I was watching a Hololive stream, I can't remember last year or, yeah, it must have been last year. Holy crap, it's only been a year. Huh. Anyway, last year, I watched a Hololive member talk about Halloween candy tier lists. And she put Reese's in the garbage. And I was like, excuse you? Absolute blasphemy. It is a god tier. Her reasoning was because when you put it in the bucket and it like is sitting there, it gets squished and it melts and stuff. And I'm like, it melts? What are you talking about? The Reese's melts. It does not melt unless you're like trick-or-treating in the frickin' Mojave. What are you doing? I wanted to politely reach through the screen and just like shoosh. Press finger to lip, go shoosh. No, bad wrong opinion. Badong. Your opinion is badong. If anyone gets that reference, please and thank you. Next up we got Kit Kats. Kit Kats. I love Kit Kats. Reese's Pumpkin is the Reese's Pumpkin, the superior shape. I will give you props. I would put it in A tier at the very least. There is one that's better. There is a Reese's shape that is better than Pumpkin, and I'll give you 2 guesses as to which it was. But for now, Kit Kats. I really like Kit Kats. Do I like Kit Kats as a Halloween candy? Yes. It's at least all reliable. It is at least all reliable. It might be god tier. Actually, it is god tier. What am I talking about? Kit Kat is god tier. Kit Kat is absolutely god tier. We are starting off with some bangers here. And then we get to 100 grand. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever had 100 grand, or if I have, it's not there for me. I'm just like, fine, I guess. For when you want to eat sticks and not get into trouble. Yeah, a little bit. 100 grand, you like them? They're so good. I forget. So like, there are several different like candy bars that all seem to have a very similar, like it's chocolate and something else. And I know 100 grand's on there. I will probably get to a couple others that I can't keep straight for the life of me. Like, I don't know the difference between a Milky Way and whatever else has caramel in it. They got the crunchies. Okay, so this one has like peanut bits in it, right? That's its gimmick, is it's 100 grand. It's chocolate and peanuts, maybe some like nougat or whatever that stretchy thing is. No? Oh, okay. Then what is it? Please enlighten me. Crunchy rice. Oh, it's rice. Very interesting. Maybe I've had something similar to it and caramel in the middle. Okay. See, I'm not the biggest fan of caramel in candies, I'm not gonna lie. The only exception I'll make is not on this list as far, no, it is on this list. Okay, we'll get to it in a little bit. But for the most part, I'm not the biggest fan of caramel, so I probably would skip out on the 100 grand, but at the same time, it's like, it's chocolate. And if it's got the rice, that's not too bad. I've had some like chocolate with rice bits in it. So it was okay, I guess. I guess I wouldn't complain. But as a kid, I generally would avoid 100 grands. But they improved on the Crunch Bar, basically, if you like caramel anyway. Yeah, I'm not big on caramel. Okay, next, we got Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pieces, in my humble opinion, Reese's Pieces are the inferior Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I know some people who love Reese's Pieces, but yeah, they taste weird. There's something about them where like the chocolate peanut butter, you know what I think it is? It has the same chocolate peanut butter taste as Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but it's inside of a candy shell. And it's the candy shell that gets in the way of the rest of the candy. It's like it's trying to be an M&M, but not. And it's just like, I guess I'll still eat them. They're still festive, but it's like, no. I always feel like I'm eating packaging flavor. Yeah, it does have like a weird sort of tinge to it. I don't know how to describe it. Also, you haven't guessed what the superior Reese's Peanut Butter Cup shape is. Come on. I'm so close. Like, I want to have this conversation. I want to have this conversation with you, but you're not giving me an inch tree? No, wrong. It's egg. Egg is the superior Reese's Peanut Butter Cup shape. Hands down, bar none. It's egg. Easter rolls around, I'm all over those Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Okay, I've said my piece, thank you. See, was that so hard? Next up, probably maximum amount if you get egg shape too. Yeah, it's got the like, I don't know. It would be interesting to like compare surface area or like volume of different Reese's peanut butter shapes. See which one has the best. But yeah, I prefer egg. No, it's just smooth, it's creamy, it's got everything you need, and you don't have to worry about that weird, like, weird condom that the Reese's peanut butter cups come in. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about the Reese's peanut butter condom. Next up, we got sweet tarts. They're the panty, okay. You know, tomato. You telling me you've never worn condoms as anyway, so, God, that's such a weird mental image. Have you ever seen The Naked Gun? Anyway, I'll move on. Sweet tarts. So, sweet tarts are a little, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't complain, I guess. Like, I eat sweet tarts, they're fine. They're too hard. You know what I mean? They're not chewy enough. They've got the flavor for sure, but yeah, the chewy sweet tarts. Sweet tart chews, oh my God. Great, amazing, love it. But just like the, like, chalky, like, pills, I don't know how else to describe it, but like, if you had to like take these with a swig of water or something for your, like an antacid, or for your rheumatoid arthritis, yeah, I wouldn't go for that as much, honestly. It's gotta have good chew. If it's just like tacky talcum powder, whatever nonsense, nah, man. Also, I like how most of the stuff we've had so far is like stuff I would rather eat, or like, it's just fine. Like, it's all God tier or won't complain so far. And God tier is getting another edition with Three Musketeers. I so love the nougat in Three Musketeers. Oh my God, it's so light, it's so fluffy. Does anyone remember when Three Musketeers had those like claymation style commercials that they would air with like mid-afternoon cartoons, you know what I mean? You got the three different musketeers going around and like giving people Three Musketeers bars, just saved the day, stuff like that. There was a black one. That's about all I remember of the commercial, honestly, was that they were claymation, they saved the day with Three Musketeers bars, and there was a black one. I don't even remember what they were saving the day from. Like, hunger pangs, I guess? I don't know. But it was fun. It was enjoyable. Those are fun commercials. And the Three Musketeers bars, just, perfect. Love them. Good. Okay, pixie sticks. We've got pixie sticks now. The most I'll say about pixie sticks is this. When I was younger, about middle school, I can't remember if it was 6th or 7th grade, somewhere around there. When I was in 6th or 7th grade, there were these boys in band class who were absolute just bullies. They were not good people. I did not like them whatsoever. We got a substitute teacher one time, and it was absolute chaos, as you can imagine. There is no, like, when you're a middle schooler and you get to the first day of class, whoever that teacher is in your class for whatever subject it is, that is the authority. That is the authority figure for your classroom. The second they are gone, it is just all over the place. There is no rules. There's nothing going on. So when we got a substitute teacher in our band class, we basically had a free day. And I remember the kids that I did not like in band class, they had pixie sticks or like crushed up, no, they didn't have pixie sticks. They had crushed up Fruit Loops. That's what it was. They had crushed up Fruit Loops that they ground into a dust and snorted in class. And I'm pretty sure the substitute teacher saw it. And like, I guess I don't know what you're gonna do in that situation as a substitute teacher, but like, come on. And I guess that just reminded me of Pixie Sticks, I guess, because it's also just like ground up sugar. I'm not really a fan of these, honestly. Garbage. It's like I know I'm all about sugar, but for some reason, Pixie Sticks, they do not hit. They do not hit whatsoever. Maybe if it's like the Fun Dips, maybe, but that's a hard maybe. We'll probably get to that in a little bit too. Airheads, I love Airheads. Airheads, yeah, they're good. They're God tier. They are absolute God tier. It's especially good if you get either the mystery flavor or just like a handful of them. If you're able to get multiple Airheads, then that is a good house. If it's just like one or two, then it's like, fine, I guess, but you know, it's still good. There's something about Airheads in particular. It's like, I don't know, it's got, like, it's taffy, but it's softer taffy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as gummy. Because there are some taffies where you chew on it, and 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 you chew on it. And it just lasts forever. But Airheads, you know, it's simple. It's got the same sort of consistency, same sort of texture, but it's down a lot faster. So I like that. I like that a lot. Then we got, oh my God. I'm not even gonna move this from this spot. You know what these are. These are the Bit-O-Honeys. Like, okay, here's an honest question. Does anyone actually love Bit-O-Honey? Like, I see these and I think I'm back in the 50s or something. I don't even know, like, when did Bit-O-Honeys even come out? I'm actually really curious about that. When did Bit-O-Honeys come out? No, not knit. Bit-O-Honey. So, Bit-O-Honey was first introduced in 1924. Been a popular and nostalgic candy for nearly a century. Yeah, over a century. This is a 101-year-old candy. And you know what? All of the Bit-O-Honeys in the world are probably still from 1924. They're that, like, who goes out of their way to be like, oh yeah, Bit-O-Honey? Like, maybe if you've retired and you got like kids visiting your hospice care or something, and you got like a small bowl of it. But my God, I've never seen anyone get excited about Bit-O-Honey, me included. I'm just like, ugh, I would rather not. I would honestly rather not. Sure, if it's the last candy out there, I'll have one, but otherwise, no. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. God, I've got some strong opinions when it comes to candy, I'm just realizing. Okay, Bunch of Crunch. Bunch of Crunch time. I love Bunch of Crunch. Having an entire bar of this would absolutely be god tier, but typically the Bunch of Crunch that you get in Halloween packs are just those little, like, mite-sized ones, you know? So, unfortunately, it just goes unreliable. If it were bigger, instead of just, like, a singular square, then it would be higher. If you get a full-size candy bar, god tier. Anything below that, unreliable. All right. And then we've got, does that say Necco? What, excuse me? I don't think I've ever had these. I know what they are. They're like little, they're just little discs of sugar. They're basically like what we were talking about before with the sweet tarts. They're basically a worse old-timey sweet tart. Chalk tablets, exactly. I've never had them, but that's probably because I can get an idea of what they taste like just by looking at them, you know? It's like, oh, okay, that's gonna be a bad candy, and so I avoid it. So, I've never had Necco. For those of you who had, I'm so sorry. Sour Patch Kids, you only get a few of these in a pack, but they're all reliable. You know, not my like go-to Halloween candy, but you know, they're still really good. I like Sour Patch Kids. I like the sour dust on them. I'm really big on sour candies. I personally challenge myself to find the sourest candy out there, which, by the way, there is, you know how I was doing like spicy food challenges like basically all of last year? I found a candy that's supposed to be like the sourest candy in the world, and I kind of want to get it. Maybe I'll put it on my throne. I'll put it on my throne if anyone's feeling generous for the upcoming holidays. we can try it out. So be on the lookout for that. If not, I'll get it for myself for a little Christmas treat. Anyway, then we've got Nerds. Ooh. See, here's the thing about Nerds. The thing about Nerds is that they are very difficult to manage. Because you either have to pour all of it into your mouth at once and just have a bunch of like little tiny beads just dancing around your teeth, or you get a handful of them and then like eat it that way. But like, you try to go in between and they just end up spilling everywhere. It sucks. You gotta be real careful when it comes to eating Nerds, because they will end up all over your place, and then you'll find them like months later, like, oh, hey, I remember when I spilled that, and then you'll have to throw it away in the trash. However, I do like them. I do enjoy them. They are pretty reliable. And I think there are some like Halloween themed Nerds, if I'm not mistaken. I know there are the pink and purple ones. There are probably other colors, but I think when I think Nerds, I think of the pink and purple ones the most. Good and Plenty. Yep, there are plenty of these in the trash. I'm not eating them. I don't like Good and Plenty. Gross, exactly. Exactly. Ooh, now here's one that could be interesting. Twizzlers. Where do people fall with Twizzlers? That is a very interesting. Nah. Okay. Because it's like weird fruit flavored licorice. Sometimes it's cherry. Sometimes it's strawberry. It's something. I don't know. For me personally, it is trading fodder. I will not eat Twizzlers myself. If someone else wants them, sure, go for it. You can even give me 100 grand and I'll take that over Twizzler. Like, nah, I'm good. Also trading fodder, dots. Who even likes dots anymore? Does anyone? Did anyone ever like dots before? It's weird. Dots are so weird. Like, they try to be a gummy, but there's like something about them where they don't have the same amount of give. And it throws you off. Anti-tooth. They are. And you know what? If you have a missing tooth, you can honestly just lodge one in there and like, that's your tooth for a while. I wonder if anyone's done that actually. Huh. That'd be kind of funny to see. It'd be kind of funny to see a dot tooth. Alrighty, classic one coming up. M&Ms. M&Ms, I don't complain. M&Ms are fine. I mean, if we're talking about baseline M&Ms, that's okay. We're talking peanut M&Ms, also about okay. You know, it's just your standard run-of-the-mill candy chocolate. It's classic. Can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong with it. Has anyone ever been to Vegas? And if you have been to Vegas, do you know the M&M factory down there? You go downtown and there's a place called the M&M factory, and it's just a bunch of like M&M paraphernalia. They've got like a thing inside where you can watch a 10-minute M&M movie where Red goes on an adventure. He loses his M. Or maybe they changed that. I don't know. It's been a while. And then they've got the M&M minis, and then you can go buy just like a whole butt ton of M&Ms. They've got every color under the rainbow at the M&M factory. It is so interesting. So yeah, if you go to Vegas ever and you don't feel like gambling, check out the M&M factory. Yeah. Otherwise, see, okay, it is interesting though that I put this in the same tier as Reese's Pieces, because I prefer M&Ms over Reese's Pieces. You know what? I would say this is reliable actually, because I do like it better than Reese's Pieces, and it is like a very dependable, not only for the people who are trick-or-treating, but the people who buy the candy themselves. Like, you can't go wrong with M&Ms, really. Not many people are going to complain about that. This looks like gum. Would I like gum while I'm trick-or-treating? Not really. I mean, okay, I guess, if you really want to do that to me, sure. But I'm not gonna be excited about that. I'm not gonna be excited about whatsoever. It's gum. It's whatever. Andes Mints. Okay, here's the thing. Andes Mints, I don't know who in their right mind gives out Andes Mints at Halloween. At the same time, it is a good candy. It is a good chocolate. I love Andes Mints. I always associate it with Olive Garden because that's what they give you after your meals. It's an interesting choice. It's an interesting choice for Halloween candy, but I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain whatsoever. I'd be like, you know what? Sure, go for it. Go for it, man. I guess you want to throw some spaghetti in there too, make it a full Olive Garden experience. Just go ham. Just go ham. Then we've got, Runts. Okay, Runts. I'm putting Runts in Grumble Grumble, specifically because Runts are such a mixed bag. You got some Runts that are amazing. I love I'm gonna have to like look at a picture of Runts just to make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Because I don't actively seek this candy out for myself. And I want to make sure that I got all the flavors. Okay, so when I look at Runts, like basically anything that is spherical is good. The little heart-shaped whatever it is, that's good. I love most of Runts. It's good. Kid just came to me absolutely offended. Oh no, why? Is it because of my tier list? You put dots and fodder tier. It is! I don't know what to tell you, man. It is absolutely, like, you know what? If it's trading fodder for me, that just means that your kid gets more of it. And I can take the better candy from them. It's a win-win. That's why I put it in trading fodder. It would have gone in garbage. It would have gone in garbage. But since somebody out there likes it, I put it in trading fodder. I am looking out for you. There. However, Runts is Grumble Grumble because I like most of the candies in there. The only one I do not like is the banana. The banana Runts are awful. And they bring the rest of the Runts down so hard. So hard. You cannot even believe. Any banana flavored candy is just automatically like, what are you doing? Banana Laffy Taffy, garbage. Banana Runts, garbage. Banana's just not a good candy flavor. Why do they try to make it work? I don't understand. Oh, and speaking of Laffy Taffy, bam. I wouldn't complain, but if it is banana, I am going to be upset. I'm also upset. I have like a love-hate relationship with Laffy Taffy because I do like Laffy Taffy. Visiting news magazine, get out of here. Get out of here with your dumb offer of trying to give me viewers. I'm fine. I'm fine with the viewers I have. They're better than any bots you might be trying to sell my way. Yeah, Laffy Taffy, I wouldn't complain about Laffy Taffy unless it is banana flavored. I have a love-hate relationship with Laffy Taffy specifically because the jokes on the outside of the package are always so bad. I can almost always guess what the punchline is, and it's just such a groan-inducing, like, oh man, why did the tennis player go, what did the tennis player do when he got arrested? He went to court. It is awful. That was a little, you can see the visceral reaction I have to Laffy Taffy. I'm sorry if that caught anyone off guard. It caught me off guard even. I didn't expect, I was just laughing into my sleeve and I could tell that was loud. Oh man. But yeah, it's bad. It's bad jokes. I do not like Laffy Taffy. Then, okay. So I was making fun of the bit of honey for being like 100-year-old candy. Werther's Original. Also a caramel candy that you just suck on for ages and is just omnipresent in every retirement home out there. Werther's are great, sure. Not my idea of a Halloween candy. If you want them, fine. But I'm seeking to get rid of them, and I'm seeking to trade up, as it were. You can even give me a Laffy Taffy, and I will suffer the joke if it means that I get to that delicious chewy treat. Chewy treat? It's almost like alliteration, but it's kind of like chewy treat. Huh. Very interesting. It's interesting how the TR sound can sound like a CH. CHR. Chewy treat. I'm gonna be, that better not turn into like a vocal stem. Okay, so now is where things get interesting. You ever have these little strawberry candies? I don't even know where they came from. I think that these were just like always around. I don't think that anyone created these candies. They have just always existed. You can't buy them at a store. They just happen. You just find them. Where did they come from? I don't know. It's one of the greatest mysteries of life. But they're good. I can't complain. They'll just appear in Granny's candies. Exactly. I don't even know what they're called. Some people say strawberry bonbons. What's the name? Okay, what's the name of those strawberry candies? Often called grandma candy. Yeah, they're just candies in strawberry wrappers. They're apparently called strawberry bonbons. Where did they come from? I'm actually... originated in 1860s France as part of a trend in new French-style drop candies, which were initially a novelty for the Parisian royal court. Huh. Very interesting. Gained widespread popularity in the US, particularly after the Great Depression, when having a candy-filled dish became a symbol of prosperity. That's why grandparents have it. It's a lineage thing. It reminds them of the bad old days of the post-Great Depression. Oh, okay, interesting, I guess. We can afford to have candy, therefore we are out of the Depression. Huh. Very cool. I learned something today. But no, they are good. They are very good. I wouldn't expect them as a Halloween candy, but I also wouldn't complain. Sure, go for it. However, I'm not big on Hershey's Kisses as a Halloween candy. I'm not gonna lie. I'll eat them. They are not what I want to see in my basket. It is like, why? It's just a little tiny chocolate dollop in some tin foil and paper. What's the paper even for? Why is the paper there? It just gets in the way. Some people accidentally eat the paper. Not gonna say who, but a certain hummingbird might, and it's just like, why? Why would you do that to them? It's not fun. Stop it. Stop putting the paper in there. If it were like a flavored one, maybe. What candy are we on? We are on Hershey's Kisses. We're on Hershey's Kisses, and I'm putting it in Grumble Grumble because I'd rather not. I would rather not. Also would rather not have a Hershey's chocolate bar. The original Hershey's chocolate bar, it's so bad. It's not a great chocolate. Have you ever had, this is gonna sound so snooty of me. I know it's gonna sound snooty of me and bougie and whatever, but have you ever had European chocolate? Because if you've had European milk chocolate, it vastly outclasses American chocolate. Oh my God. You would not even believe. All American chocolates have like a very minute sort of like almondy taste to them. They've got a little bit of like a nuttiness to it, and it's not always pleasant. And Hershey's is one of it. You can taste, like, even if it's just a straight up milk chocolate bar, you can taste that they are made in the same fat as all the almond chocolate. And it's just like separated or something. And it's like, I don't want this taste in my chocolate bar. Please get it out. I do not like Hershey's. Hershey's can go jump in a lake. And that's probably where they dump all of their sewage anyway, so I'm good. I'm good though. I'm good without it. I'll eat it because it's chocolate, but I won't enjoy it because it's American chocolate. That's where I stand. Mike and Ike's. Mike and Ike's are in the same, like, Mike and Ike's are a step up from Good and Plenty. I will give them that. However, they're in the same tier as Dots because I do not like them. Someone else can have them. They can enjoy Mike and or Ike, and I will just call it good. Snickers. Okay, Snickers is interesting because I would also kind of put this in trading fodder if I'm not in the mood for it. But if it's like a chocolate that's still around, like I'm imagining if it's a few days, like maybe a week after Halloween, and there's still some like leftover candy left in a bowl. Usually, at least in my household, Snickers would be one of the leftover candies, and I'd be like, you know what? Sure, fine, I'll eat it. I'm not the biggest fan of Snickers. It's just like a whatever candy for me. I know some people really like it. I know it's got the whole satisfied, hungry, grab that. No, I don't wanna. No, thank you. Dark chocolate version would catapult it up the list for me. I enjoy a good Snickers? Well, you can have it then. Bastion would like to say fruit chews are god tier. I do like some fruit chews. I do enjoy some fruit chews, but we're not there yet. Yeah, well, I mean, sure. If this were your candy, I would trade it for you. I would get some Sour Patch Kid. I would trade it for a Crunch Bar. If you have a Crunch Bar, I'll give you my Snickers. Oh my God. I sound like a, youth. Anyway, Almond Joy. Where do people fall with Almond Joy? This is very interesting. I know some people really, really do like Almond Joys. You got the almond, you got the coconut, underrated. Well, that's very interesting because I'm rating them under as well. They're trading fodder for me. Boo. No, what are you talking about? Coconut hater? Yeah, we've established this. We established this with a RAR back in the cookie tier list. I do not like coconut, Sam I am. Almond Joy just does not bring me joy. I don't know what to tell you, but if I put it in trading fodder, that means I at least acknowledge that people do enjoy it and that I will give it to them in exchange for more candy that I like. So you can have your Almond Joy, I can have something else, and everybody wins. There you go. So, if you want the Almond Joy, I'll take a Kit Kat. Does that sound like a fair trade? Went to the store just now and got candy. I'm waiting until tomorrow. I'm waiting till tomorrow because that's when it all goes on sale. Anyway, Twizzlers Pull and Peel Cherry Flavor. See, I know some, like, I will admit the Twizzlers Pull and Peel does taste different from original Twizzlers. And I don't know why. I don't know why the Pull and Peel has its own distinct cherry flavor separate from the original Twizzlers. It's better. I do agree. I still don't like the cherry flavor on either of them. I still would have both as trading fodder. But there is a marketable difference. Or a markable, you know what I mean. Baby Ruth. Oh, this is another one. This is another one around like the 100 grand. I don't know what the difference is. Like, what's Baby Ruth got for it? What is Baby Ruth's thing? Where it's a chocolate bar, but also it has blank inside of it. Peanuts? Oh, that's the peanut one. Okay. So it's called Baby Ruth because it's like a baby, it's like a ballpark, the baseball, the peanuts, Cracker Jacks. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it's fine. I'd be like, maybe I'm really not that big on peanuts in my chocolate bars. I don't know why. Gosh, Spooky Scary Month is almost over. I know, Consbo. By the way, Consbo, before we continue, I just gotta say, I put your pumpkin up. You wanna see? I got your pumpkin here. Look at your pumpkin around every other pumpkin that's here. Wow. Yours definitely stands out for reasons. But thank you. I appreciate your contribution. I'm glad you enjoyed my pumpkin carving. It's impressive that you got the exact shape of Saddam Hussein on a pumpkin. I will say, that is very, very impressive. But all right, back to the tier list. We're just going over some candy right now. We're getting our way through it. And then afterwards, we're gonna be looking at some cursed food items. We got 21 in total. For now, we've still got, actually, how many do we have? 3, 6, 9, 10. We still got 42 candies to go through. 42 candies, Jesus Christ. All right. Raisinets, yeah, we'll get through this. Curse on Tonight of All Nights appropriate. Yeah, I thought so, because I'm good at making content. Aren't I, Twitch? You think so, right, Twitch? I'm good at making content. I'm good at making content for my 3 viewers. Anyway, it's fine. I'm like a Mike and Ike. I'm like an Almond Joy. I'm not to everyone's taste, including my own, but I'm underrated to some. There. That's the perfect analogy for me. Next we've got caramel apple pops. I mean, I guess it's kind of fitting for the season because caramel apples, but like, no. No, thank you. I do not approve. No. No. Straight into the garbage. What is this? I sort of recognize the label, but I can't tell what that is. What does anyone know what that is? What the yellow one is? Do I need to zoom in? Charleston Chew. Charleston Chew. Trash? What is a Charleston Chew? I've never had them. I've never had a Charleston Chew. What is that? It looks like it's got like marshmallow fluff inside. Is that right? It's chocolate with marshmallow fluff? Possibly. And then after that, we've got Mr. Goodbar. Mr. Goodbar, get me a food. What is Mr. Goodbar? I haven't had that either, but I would probably put it in trading fodder, not gonna lie. I don't know, they're just gross. Well, let's find out together. We'll look up Charleston Chew, and we'll also look up Mr. Goodbar, because I want to see what the thing is there. Charleston Chew. Candy bar consisting of marshmallow flavored nougat covered in chocolate flavor coating. Okay, yeah. So it's like it's trying to be a Three Musketeer bar, but it's bad. Oh, they do have some strawberry ones. Ooh, I might have had the strawberry ones actually. I might have had strawberry Charleston Chews, which in that case, it's okay. You know, it's not my go-to, but if it were strawberry flavored, I wouldn't mind it. Okay, and then Mr. Goodbar, is that just like straight up chocolate again? Mr. Goodbar, chocolate and peanut candy bar. Okay, yeah, it's more of the chocolate and peanut. Frickin' of course. I feel like I wouldn't put ring pops in the highest tier because they're goodish, but the plastic that gets left over is really gross to look at. You know, that is fair. Old people tier. You know, I should have like an old people. You know what? No. You stay down there. We'll have a row below that is just no. You stay like that, and then you are old people candy, which that's where that goes. That's where that goes. I'm still keeping Charleston Chew there, but only because I've had the strawberry one. New tier. What century are you from? Exactly. Jolly Ranchers are good, but there's this thing where once you've dissolved most of it, and this one crunchy core is left and it ouchies your tongue. We'll get to that. I think, yeah, Jolly Ranchers is on here. We will get to that. We'll get to that in a second. For now, we have, is this Hubba Bubba? Is that the little, like, tiny Hubba Bubba bubblegum things? 'Cause, okay. Okay, no, we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about the little tiny Hubba Bubba gums. Because, oh no, they're double bubble. Okay, they're double bubble. Hubba Bubba is something else. No, they're double bubble. Why the frick does anyone give out these little gums in Halloween? You can't eat these. They're not like, why? No. No, 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 no. You do not give these out for candy. They are garbage. Like, it's gum, sure. I enjoy gum. I do not enjoy gum as a Halloween candy. You know? It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know what? Actually, no. I will put it in trading fodder if only because, well, okay, here's the thing. Nobody has these. Nobody chews on these until like it's months after Halloween and you still have some candy to go through and it's all just this because nobody has it. Nobody has double bubble. There are much better gums out there. And you get this like a little, it's just a little like tiny bite-sized thing. Why? Absolutely why? Speaking of previous century candy, any of y'all ever see the artisanal candy vids, like shops where they make candy handmade? And it's all 19th century and whimsical. I think I've seen taffy being made. I have seen taffy being made. But I can't, off the top of my head, like remember seeing like recent videos. So it's kind of like a mixed bag. It's kind of a mixed bag. I like it when they have the giant candy glob and they stretch it. Yeah, they've got like the different like rotating hooks that go in different directions and it kind of like swaps it back and forth, just swamp, swamp, swamp in like an infinity symbol. Yeah. That is very enjoyable. The taffy puller. Taffy puller! Remember that from Willy Wonka. Swedish fish. Swedish fish. I know some people who really love Swedish fish. I wouldn't complain. Swedish fish are good. They're not my go-to gummy, like chewy candy, but they're up there. They're fine. Although I'll get a package of Swedish fish, sure. I'll keep it for myself. I wouldn't mind trading it out, but I wouldn't say they're trading fodder, you know? It's like, okay, sure, we'll go for that. If it's all that's left over and everyone's satisfied with their haul, then I'll take my Swedish fish. Blow pops, okay. Okay, so here's the thing. I was talking smack about this gum earlier, right? Because it's gum. Nobody has gum when they're trick-or-treating. Unless it is in a candy sucker. I do enjoy a good blow pop every now and again. It's just nice to have a blow pop every now and again, you know? So I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain about a blow pop. Someone offers me a blow pop, I'll say, sure. Sure, man. I do prefer a certain flavor. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's the green. I think the green one's like a sour apple that I really like. But otherwise, you know, it's good. It's good. Fireball. Oh, no. Anything that is just cinnamon flavored, like all the hot candies that are cinnamon flavored, it's like, no. Straight into the garbage. Straight into the garbage. You can, what are you trying to do? You trying to be a jawbreaker that's also hot and cinnamony? No, just stop it. Stop it. Ooh. Tutti Fruities. Oh my God, Tutti Fruities. I need to look into, or are they called Tootsies? I think they might be called Tootsies. Let me look into the different flavors of Tootsie right now, because we need to talk. We need to talk about Tootsie Rolls. No, not Tootsie Rolls. Are they Tutti Fruities? It's so hard to tell. Tootsie Fruity? No, what the? Okay. Tootsie Roll Fruit Chews. What are they called? Oh, are they really just called Fruit Chews? What? Yeah, they are called Tootsies. Okay. So what are the different flavors? Because I know what some of them are, but I know there's one that's like a vanilla, especially the vanilla one, best fruit. Yeah, like, why is there vanilla of all things? Okay, here's a good breakdown. Okay, so the pink one is cherry, orange one is orange, obviously. The yellow one is lemon. Why does it have brown on it? Green is lime. There's a darker green that's a green apple. The blue is vanilla. I do remember blue is vanilla. Dark blue is blue raspberry, and purple is grape. I love these. These are all reliable. You see these somewhere. Somewhere out there, there's a house giving these away. And like, sure, yeah, go for it. They just give you a handful of Tootsies, and Tootsie sounds like something at 1920 Mafia, so it calls girlfriend. Oh yeah. Hey, Tootsie, come here. I need you to shoot this guy. It's like, okay, Sal. Let's see. Yo, buddy, followed you, got lit skills. Love to make friends. Be a fan, support next with squad. If you wish, kindly let's vibe. My username on Discord. Well, if you put it like that, and that's your like first message, especially since you're following since 17 seconds ago, I am going to ban you, sorry. Also, your account was created 28 minutes ago, so I don't know what you're talking about by enjoying my vibe. Goodbye. Man, they are just out tonight. They are just out there. They're when it comes to trick-or-treaters, they're the trickers. There we go. Yeah, I really do enjoy these. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the vanilla ones. I really like the orange in particular. I love the orange. I love a different flavor as well, but I'm not big on the vanilla. You can have the vanilla ones. Their Halloween costume was bought, exactly. Let's see. Sebastian big mad he didn't get to be here for this review. Aw. Well, there's always the VOD. You can always watch the VOD. Put it on the big screen. That'll be good. Okay. What do we got? Fun Dip. Fun Dip is the same thing as Pixie Sticks. Well, it's trading fodder. If I get stuck with it, I get stuck with it. It's a stick that you dip in sugar, and it sticks to the sugar because you licked it. I don't know how to feel about that. I would rather not, but I'll have it, I guess. Maybe. But if nobody else wants it, it is going into the garbage, not gonna lie. Then we've got Tootsie Roll Pops. How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? Like that commercial, I gotta say, masterclass. Absolute masterclass. It is stuck in your head. I don't even remember when that commercial first aired, but like, it has been a cultural icon in advertising ever since. You know? How many licks does it take? That is the biggest question. Everyone always asks it. And every time I get a Tootsie Pops, every time I get a Tootsie Pop, I try to find out how many licks it takes to get to the center. So like, they know what they're doing with their advertising. 1, 2, 3. 3. That is true. So there are 2 specific commercials that I remember when it comes to that. Yes, Mr. Owl is absolutely a scoundrel. Mr. Owl does not know what he's talking about. but I remember there was like a revamped commercial in the 90s where it was, instead of Mr. Owl, it was these kids handing it to like a CGI dragon and robot skeleton head. Does anyone remember those? Actually, I'm gonna see if I can find an image of them, because okay, Tootsie Pop robot dragon, or yeah, there they are. Just a second. Okay, just a sec. It's playing the commercial. I'm trying to find a good place to... Oh, come on. You didn't even... Okay. Okay. Sorry. I was watching the commercial. Does anyone remember... These? Does anyone remember the metal robot and the dragon and there's this kid in the corner who's like, how many licks does it take? And they do the same exact thing. Oh, apparently this commercial was from 2000, by the way. Like, I remember when this aired. I was there when this commercial aired, and like, I don't know, it gets in my head sometimes still. I don't know why. Anyway, Reese's Puffs music still lives in my brain. Yeah, advertising culture. Gotta love that commercialism. We are the byproducts of it. Love it. Okay. Anyway, Tootsie Pops, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain about Tootsie Pops. I saw one of Jar Jar for the release of Phantom Menace. Lollipop, but it was his tongue, and in order to eat it, you had to French Jar Jar. Hold on, I'm gonna look something up. You're not gonna guess what I'm looking up. Jar Jar. Jar Jar Binks Lollipop. It is a oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is so absolutely cursed. Oh my god. Why would they? No, like, cause why? Cause why? I am absolutely sharing this on Twitter later and asking people if they would eat it. Holy crap. Hey guys, I got this trick-or-treating candy earlier. What do you think it tastes like? Want a bite? Would? Don't eat. Oh, don't even. No, we're done. We are done. That is so funny. That is so funny. Oh man. Okay. It has been an hour and a half, and we still haven't gotten through this whole list. Frick, we gotta ramp this up a little bit. Okay. Fruit roll-ups. I don't see fruit roll-ups as a Halloween candy, but I will not complain. You give me a fruit roll-up for Halloween? Like, sure. There's a lot to discuss. Is there, though? Is there really? Oh, Fruit Gushers. Ooh, Fruit Gushers. You give me a packet, even if it's a small packet of Fruit Gushers, oh my god, yes. I'm almost tempted to put it into God tier, but the fact of the matter is, most times that you're getting Gushers, it's just like a pack of like 4 or 5 of them. And it's like, Why? I want more gushers than that. I want way more gushers than that. But I'll take it. Absolutely, old reliable. Love it. You don't want any of that Jar Jar-licious, don't ever say that again. Misa so hungry. No. No. Okay. But no, I do like fruit roll-ups. I do like gushers. I wouldn't complain about either of them. They're not like what I imagine. Like, I don't know what it is, but when it comes to, like, as we can see from the God tier, it's like when it comes to Halloween specifically, I think of chocolate. For some reason, I think of chocolate. I associate chocolate with Halloween. And then, like, some fruit stuff. But, yeah, it's mostly been chocolate so far. Huh. Haribo. I love Haribo. Haribo gummy bears are so good. You know what? Actually, gummy bears, I would say, are no reliable. Garbage, you're garbage. I'm sorry, that was very harsh. I meant to say, you're garbage. There we go. I hope I got my point across. We've got another Werther's original. That's just old people. You know what? Both of the Werther's are. The Werther's are just old people candy. They're not gonna be, no one's gonna be handing that out for Halloween. What do you mean? I don't even know why there are two of them on here. One of them's probably got some like cream in it or something. I like staging Haribo plays, where it was the Haribo Bear Revolution, and when one of them got executed, I would eat one. Okay. That tells me one of two things. Either one, you were a very, very big history buff growing up, or two, you had some very interesting things going on at your cafeteria. So, Heath Bar, have I ever had a Heath Bar? Have I honestly ever had has anyone ever had a Heath Bar? What does a Heath Bar do? What do you do, Heath Bar? Heath Bar. They're so good in cookies. Candy bar made of a crunchy, buttery English toffee center, coated in milk chocolate. Oh, it's got toffee inside. Interesting. First created in 1928. It's an old people bar. They hurt your teeth, but they're so good. I've never had it. I'm sorry. I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Then again, okay, here's an actual question. When is the last time that a new candy has been created? What's like the newest candy? Because I can't think of newest candy bar. There's a Sky Bar, there's a Reese's. The newest candy bar is the Crunch White Chocolate Bar, which launched in September 2025. Excuse you? There's a Crunch White Chocolate? That might be the best, that might be the best thing in existence. Oh my God. I need to find this. I need to find this. Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, and like Take 5, or yeah, like, yeah, the one that has like peanuts and then a pretzel and then caramel and chocolate and stuff. Like, okay, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Really fantastic crumbled in cookies because the toffee melts. Freeze-dried candies was the last dumb thing to get shoved at all of us at the grocery store, and they all suck. I don't think I've ever had freeze-dried candy. That doesn't sound familiar either. Have they invented a gotcha version of Kinder? Oh yeah, Kinder Eggs. Kinder Eggs are pretty new, or like Kind. Maybe I'm thinking of Kind bars, Kind bars, or Kind bars. I keep forgetting. Because Kind means child in German. They would absolutely market a child bar. Maybe not like that. Butterfinger. Ooh, Butterfinger. Butterfinger, all reliable. Not exactly God tier, but very, very good. I like Butterfinger. They're a bit crunchy, but it's a good crunch. They get stuck in your teeth. You get to have a little bit of like whatever the middle is, just like later as a little treat as it gets dislodged from your molars. Is good. It's like getting a candy that's so stale it turned into really breakable styrofoam. Oh, the freeze-dried candy? Yeah, I can't imagine that tasting or feeling good. Hot tamales are garbage. Lemon heads are a grumble. I'll eat a lemon head, it'll be fine. But like, no, I would much rather, there are better candies out there. There are absolutely better candies. Tootsie Pops, also, or Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie Rolls are also a grumble because, again, it's not what I would prefer. I'm gonna be honest. It's whatever. And isn't Tootsie Roll, isn't that just a Hershey? Isn't that just a Hershey chocolate? If I'm not mistaken, Tootsie Rolls are Hershey's, right? Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. Oblong chocolate. Yes. Oh, I guess it's its own thing. Huh, interesting. But anyway, it's whatever. Oh my God, I think the Tootsie's too chewy. That might be it. However, have you ever had like the big Tootsie Rolls? Not the like long ones. No, not the like it's this but longer. Have you ever had the ones that are like giant and square? Have you ever had the square Tootsie Rolls? Because that is so good. Yes, we have some in our hall tonight. You hit the jackpot. The square Tootsie Rolls are where it's at. If it was a square one, if it was the square ones, that would be reliable. That would absolutely be reliable. But just the tiny little, you get a little bit, I guess. It's like 2 cents. Sure, then that's just a grumble. But you give me the honkin' square that I can just like chow down on, that's where it's at. That's my steez. I was looking at pictures and I saw the square one. I was like, I haven't seen those in forever. But they're so good. They're so good. And they're easy to break apart too. They come pre-packaged as a little like break apartable thing. I don't know what you call that. Anyway, we got Jolly Ranchers next. We were talking about Jolly Ranchers earlier. I think Jolly Ranchers are nice because you can suck on them for a very, very long time. And they're a hard candy that is fruity in flavor. I love Jolly Ranchers. They are God tier for me. If it is a fruit flavored candy, I either prefer it really chewy or like teeth crushing hardness. And Jolly Rancher can hit both of those, honestly. Hasn't there been like a Jolly Rancher chew where it's like filled with juice or something like that? I swear I remember that being a thing. I don't remember when it happened, but me when I'm in the country and meet a Jolly Rancher. Oh yeah. I love Jolly Ranchers as well. Why did I say that? Yeah. I love Jolly Ranchers because they're always happy to see me and they give me the best cut of meat. Anyway, yeah, Jolly Ranchers are really good. I really like them. It's funny how we've got 4 different chocolates. Well, one's debatably chocolate, but we got 4 different chocolates. We got 2 different fruit flavored things, and that's all in God tier. God tier is very, very selective for me right now, but I know what I'm talking about. I'm an authority on sugar. We're gonna continue on. Junior Mints. Okay, so here's the thing. Junior Mints, again, when I think of Halloween candy, I do not think of mint. Mint is not a Halloween flavor. However, I am fine with Junior Mints. I will not complain, because it's like I get to eat all of these delicious chocolates and sugary, fruity goodness, and then I could wash it down with a mint afterwards. So like, it's a win-win. I still get some chocolate, but it comes in mint flavor instead. So I don't have candy breath the entire rest of the night. I get minty freshness. Mint is office flavor. Office flavor. I would think office flavor more of like old paper and depression. So like, oh my God, I know exactly what candy is office flavor. Have you ever had those frickin', it's not on here, is it? No, good. They know what they're talking about. Frickin', what is that candy dot paper? Oh my God, the candy buttons. The effing candy buttons. Have you ever seen this garbage? This is office flavored candy. This right here is office flavored candy. How are you even supposed to eat this? Every time I've tried, it's like it takes a bit of paper with it, and like, I can't do anything about that. You just have to live with the fact that you're eating candy and paper at the same time. Why would anyone invent this? Absolute monstrosity of a candy. That's office flavored. I can taste the plastic already. I know. It's rough. It's rough out there, man. Next we got ring pops. Okay. So Consmo was talking about ring pops earlier, how it's got the little like nub in the middle and you get some like leftover residue. So, okay, here's the thing. I think ring pops are very fun in concept. I really like how it's just a giant candy gem that you can suck on and have that be a thing. Any wearable candy is garbage. Here's the thing about it. The thing about ring pops is that you can't actually wear it because after you suck on it, saliva starts to accumulate on the ring part. And then that just drips onto your finger and it's like, I can't do anything about this. So then it just turns into a giant binky. You gotta slurp? Oh, I don't wanna slurp. I don't wanna fillet a thing on my finger. Like, that is not what I do to candy. I'm not like, I feel like I gotta charge it money for that. No, I am not gonna slurp the ring pop. Excuse you. I'm not slurping a ring pop. I still wouldn't complain though. I still wouldn't complain about getting a ring pop because it's a ring pop. It's like basically a less sour Jolly Rancher. And like after a while, after it like softens up a bit, you just get to like bite down on it and like try to take as much of the gem into your mouth as possible and then just crunch it from there. So I like ring pops. I actually, little spoiler for anyone out there who might be looking to date, wink wink. If I ever find like the one, if I ever find the person who I want to have as the person in my life, partner forever, I plan on proposing with them with a ring pop. If they say no to a ring pop, they're not the one. Because I'm not getting an engagement ring on top of a wedding ring. That is just absolutely superfluous. There we go. I know words. Take it into your mouth but not slurp on it? Like, I don't know if they ask nicely. Anyway, we're not talking about that. Payday! Oh my God, payday. Payday is trading fodder. I would not like a payday myself. You know what? This might dox me ever so slightly, but I'm leaving. It's called trading fodder because I know other people like it. It's not going in the garbage, it's going to a better cause. Please give me the benefit of the doubt here. I don't have bad opinions, you just have different tastes. It's a different thing. I don't usually support rings because of my committed disdain for the diamond corporations, exactly. But if someone proposed me with a ring pop, I'd definitely consider it. There we go, Consbo, wanna get, anyway, payday. So, I might be doxing myself a little bit here, but I lived in a region where they have these things called salted nut rolls. And it is just, you know, salted peanuts around a core of nougat. And I have no idea why, but every single effing person, I used to work as a cashier, and every single freaking person who ever walked through my till, they always got salted nut rolls, and they felt like it was an obligation or something. Like, oh my God, I gotta go for the salted nut rolls. It's like, what is so good about them? I had a salted nut roll before, and it is just peanuts and the nougat, and it's just like, it's fine. It's just fine. I don't understand why people are so crazy about it. Maybe it's because it was salted. It was salted peanuts on a nougat, and them being white people, that was the only time they ever had seasoning. Anyway, I'm not impressed with the Midwest. I'll just say that much. I'm not exactly impressed with a lot of the Midwest. But who do you give it to, me or Crumbs? Because we're gonna fight over them. I could split it in half. It's already split in half. So I'll just like give you each half, and then you both give me a different candy, and that way we all win. Yay. 2-for-1 special. Toblerone. Little bit of controversy. I don't think I've ever had a Toblerone. I don't think I have ever had a Toblerone. I know a lot of people love Toblerone. I don't think I've ever had it. You gotta trade the full bar? Yeah, I gotta trade the full bar. Okay. I think it's cool sometimes. The roadside attractions in middle of America are fun. Okay. But like, how often are people stopping in middle America? You know what I mean? Like, I think the most we've done is, I think we went to the Kansas City Zoo one time. Was it Kansas City? Yeah, I think we went to the Kansas City Zoo. Like, we've been to zoos in the Midwest, and that's about it. There's not much else to do. I only know Toblerone from the memes. Yeah, I think that's where I know Toblerone from as well. And I've seen other people get Toblerone. I don't remember if I've ever had Toblerone myself. But I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like, as far as the first two go, I know it would probably be trading fodder. Toblerone, I would probably put that in over-reliable, because I've heard good things about it. So that's what I would say. Also, this is peanut M&Ms, so we're just gonna put that in over-reliable as well, because, you know, they're about the same. Mamba? Is that like a fruit bar? Cause like, okay, I guess. Is it just like a fruit snack? You know those like, oh my God, what is it? It's like tape, but it's fruit flavored. I think that's what the Mamba bar is. If I'm not mistaken, that's exactly what it is. And it's got like it's a pack of fruit chews. Oh. Oh, okay, well then I need to look this up. Cause I'm thinking of those little like fruit stick bar things that were like tape or something. You got apple and grape flavor. Mamba candy. Fruit chews. Huh. Well, if in that case, I don't think I've ever had them. Okay, yeah, it's just like a fruit, it's a square of fruit. Okay. I would imagine that it wouldn't be bad. I mean, it's a fruit chew. It's chewy fruit candy, so like, it would probably be good, but I've never had it, unfortunately. Never had it. Fruit by the foot, that is not on the list, but fruit by the foot, I would put in God tier or all reliable? I don't know. It's tough to say. I love unrolling the entire fruit by the foot and then like taking one end in my mouth, letting the rest drip down, and then I like chew it in a way that like pulls the rest of it up into my mouth, you know? Like I'm like pulling a rope with my teeth, basically, with my tongue. I'm just slurping up that way like a long, fruity spaghetti noodle. It's fun. It's very, very fun. Next up, we got Milk Duds. Trading fodder. Nothing else to say about it. Milk Duds are trading fodder. Milky Way, grumble, grumble. It's the same sort of thing as Snickers, Baby Ruth. It's just a chocolate bar. The only chocolate bar that I have like really gave any consideration to is Three Musketeers because it's so light and fluffy inside. Sometimes I put it into a single mass and chomp the glob. Fruit by the glob? Yeah. I don't want them either. They're whatever. Now and laters. I love now and laters. Now and laters are good. Oh, reliable. And it's so good. You chew on it you have to suck on it a little bit, and then later you get to chew on it, just like the name implies. It's got great texture. It's got great flavor. You can't go wrong. An apple. I am just going to say this right now. Has anyone ever even gotten an apple or some sort of fruit in their Halloween bags before? Because I don't know if I ever have. It is like a meme that you get apples, or you got those people who put apples in your Halloween bag. Who? At school? Trunk or treat, the kids have. Okay. Only if you count candied apples. Yeah, I would imagine most people, if they do hand out apples, it'd be candy apples. And if you got a candy apple, like, my God, that is a rich person house right there. But they should invent a candy that's good for you, but it tastes good, so obviously it is good for you. A candy that tastes good is good for you. Yeah, apples, I've never had one as, I should just put, I've never had apples. I'll just put it in grumble grumble, because it's like, it's whatever. I'll have an apple, sure. But it's not what I want when I'm trick-or-treating. And I absolutely do not want Raisinets, excuse you. No. Raisinets, garbage. Chocolate-covered raisins, no. I'm not gonna have chocolate-covered grapes. Why would I have chocolate-covered raisins? I love apples, but the nature of random stranger, yeah. Like a random stranger is saying, hey, have an apple. Like, maybe I just watched too much Snow White growing up. Not my jam. Candy apples aren't that expensive, except I guess in the free time to make them yourself. Yeah, like that's the thing, is I wouldn't expect someone to go out of their way to make an entire batch of candied apples just to hand out at Halloween. Because that's a lot of candied apples you'd have to make, assuming that you get a lot of trick-or-treaters. Okay. A toothbrush. I don't know if anyone has ever gotten a toothbrush as a Halloween gift either. Excuse me? Yeah. Like, maybe if you live next to a dentist or something, but at the same time, I'm gonna be 100% real with you here, I would not complain. If I got a toothbrush in my bag, along with my candy, that's a free toothbrush. That is a free toothbrush right there. Sure, I'll take it. Actually, speaking of, I might get a toothbrush when I go grocery shopping tomorrow. It might be time for me to get a new toothbrush. It's been a while. Anyway. I'd be honored to die from poison apple. It'd be goth as heck to shed my moral coil the way of Disney Snow White. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry, that's probably an anticlimactic response, but I don't know. I just don't associate the words goth and Snow White together. The only time, like, there are white goths. I'll give you that. There are white people who are goth. But Snow White and goth? I mean, we were talking about blinged out SpongeBob earlier. Maybe it's around the same sort of... Anyway. Skittles. Skittles are god tier. Skittles are absolutely god tier, no question about it. Love me some Skittles. Oh my god. I love them. And then we got Smarties. Okay, out of all of the, like... out of all the chalk candies, I actually don't mind Smarties as much. But, like... I would say they're trading fodder. Like, I'm trying to think back to when I used to trick-or-treat, and almost always when we had leftover candy, Smarties was filling up the bowls. Oh my god, nobody wanted to eat Smarties. I love Smarties. Well, there you go. There's the trading fodder. And now we come back to why this tier exists in the first place. There we go. Thank you, Carly. I'll take your Skittles from you. Please and thank you. Ever mix Skittles and M&Ms for the lulz? No. Wait a minute, have I? That does sound like something that's happened before, but I don't think I will stab you. That'd be a really good prank to pull on somebody though. Actually, you mix in just M&Ms and Skittles and they don't pay attention and they eat. It's like, what am I tasting right now? Are you sure you want to send this message? Well, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I approve. I approve of it. Oh, if I take my Skittles. Okay. Well, I would imagine I'd get stabbed if I mixed M&Ms and Skittles together as well, but I welcome the stabs. They're clearly deserved. We're just gonna move on. Starburst, also S tier, also God tier. Oh, chewy, fruity goodness. Chewy, fruity goodness, Starburst. They're juicy like a liquid, but they're chewy like a solid. I mixed that up, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. You're Scottish Korean. What is this? Does that say Sugar Daddy? A Sugar Daddy candy? Excuse you? That is absolutely an old person candy. What is a Sugar Daddy? And don't answer that. Oh my god, its slogan is even, who's your daddy? What the frick? It's a milk caramel lollipop. No. No, 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 no. I'm not going for that. I don't know if it's just in my head or if they're different flavors, but I like the pink ones. Oh, of Starburst? Yes, yes. There's orange, there's lemon, there's like a cherry, there's strawberry. The pink ones are, I think, pink strawberry. I think they are. I know there's tropical Starburst as well. Those are really nice. There's a pina colada flavor. There's a mango flavor. Yeah, no, you can't go wrong with Starburst. Even the yellow ones, even the lemon, which is like the lowest of the low, it's still good. Yellow Starburst suck comparatively, but they're still good, in my opinion. Like, if this were an S to F tier, the lowest Starburst would still be a B for me. It's all B, A, or S for me. And now we come to another controversial take, that being of candy corn. I'm just gonna keep it here for now. Candy corn, every time Halloween rolls around, the candy corn debacle comes into light. And I need to ask you all, and this is going to be a very important question for the integrity of this channel. How do you all feel about candy corn? Please let me know where your thoughts are with candy corn. Love candy corn, fight me. Okay, we got one very passionate candy corn lover. Best thing to do with candy corn is get 2 of them, have little candy vampire fangs. Yeah! I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. I'll take that as a you like them. I also love candy corn. God tier. Absolute god tier. People are like, oh, it's just a bunch of sugar. I'm a hummingbird. Sugar. Hummingbird. I don't know what to tell you. Candy corn respect. Yes, absolutely. I had a full Thanksgiving dinner candy corn before. Oh my God, that is a lot. Honestly, I'm gonna get candy corn tomorrow. There is no question about that. As far as all the discounted candies, even if candy corn is not discounted because they still, carry some over for Thanksgiving, even if they're not discounted, I'm still getting a bag of candy corn. You better believe it. Green bean is a weird candy flavor, IMO. Green bean? There are green bean. Oh, wait a minute. That's what you mean by candy corn Thanksgiving dinner. What? Full Thanksgiving. Jesus. Okay, yeah, I can imagine that would be a weird candy corn flavor. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna ignore you for now, Crumbs. I do see that you're mad. But we're talking about candy corn right now. We'll get back to that. Just give me a second. Green bean and cranberry and gravy. Oh, weird. Okay, so, as far as candy corn goes, there is one exception. Like, it has to specifically be the candy corn kernels of candy corn. Has anyone ever had the candy corn that's like, it's a pumpkin? It's like in the shape of a pumpkin. Have you ever seen those? Have you ever had those? Yes, absolutely trash. Absolutely. Thank you, Carly. I am shaking your hand, except I'm not, because we're in different corners of the world and I cannot physically do that. But just know, mentally, in the air, I'm ghost shaking your hand right now. At least I hope so. I guess I don't know where I'm grabbing. I'm sorry. But going for your hand. Hopefully I didn't grab a foot or something. Okay, so Crumbs earlier chimed in that Raisinets are trash. Yes, they are. I don't know what else to tell you. We've got 5 more candies. Twix. I love Twix. Twix is god tier. Again, I know I was trash talking caramel before, but for some reason, I don't know what it is about Twix. I think it's the fact that it has a wafer inside of it, like a cookie wafer. Left or right? Obviously left. I'm left-handed. I'm kind of biased. So Twix, for whatever reason, the wafer cookie mixes really, really well with the caramel. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's good. So Twix is good. I like that you can eat it in layers. Yeah, basically, it's fun. It's fun like that. So I like Twix. Sour Warheads. I like them. I like sour candies, so they would absolutely be an unreliable for me. I'll take Warheads. And then we just got a few more candies. It's like an inside-out cookie. Yeah, kind of, actually, if you think about it. And then Whoppers. Whoppers are also an unreliable. Can't go wrong with a good Whop. Whopper. That's a Whopper. Just malted milk balls. They're delicious. Sometimes they'll be on sale in my grocery store, and I'll just buy a box of them, even just cause, and I'll have that. I'll have that as a snack. Whoppers are good. Next up, York mint patties. We've already gone over. I don't mind mints at all, so I will put that over here. Andes are the best, though. And last, a Zero bar. I don't think I've ever had a Zero bar. What is that? Let's see. Zero candy bar. Made by Hershey, features combination of caramel, peanuts, and almond nougat, all covered in a white fudge coating. Huh. Originally introduced in 1920 as the Double Zero bar. Renamed Zero in 1934, has been produced by Hershey since 1996. That is weird because I have never seen or heard of these. They're okay protein bar texture? Okay, well, interesting. Very, very interesting. I probably won't seek it out myself, but calling it Zero seems like it would be counterproductive to selling it to people. Yeah, this is the nothing bar. You get zero out of it. It'd be very hard to advertise. But yeah, there we go. That is our tier list. That's our tier list for the candy. Overall, I would say I did pretty well. I'm gonna put the apple down here. Everything else looks fine. Or wait, no, this was trading fodder. Right, that's why it's, okay. Okay, yeah, I might move some stuff around, but generally this is where everything's gonna be. Looks like most of them are won't complain or all reliable. We've got a decent amount in God tier. And honestly, considering how many candies there were, the fact that there are only a few in the trading fodder, garbage, or old people, is like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Really feel like I understand the sweets meta. Yeah, right? You don't want to go for anything that's chalky because that's automatically just no. Dots suck. Sorry, Sebastian. And yeah, American chocolate is awful unless it's Reese's, Kit Kat, or Three Musketeers, or Twix. Cream Savers didn't even make it on here. I don't know what Cream Savers are. I'm guessing they sound like a Werther's similar-ish thing, but let's see. The name was intended to sound cool and was inspired by its white fudge coating, which visually resembles snow or ice. Oh, so it's like a polar thing. Polar zero temperature. Okay. They had a great unhinged commercial, but fruit and cream instead of caramel. Oh, interesting. I'll look into it. I'll look into it. Or maybe you can share it in the media tab on the Discord. You could put it in the media tab and then I'll look at it later. Okay, well, for now, we are gonna move on to the other tier list. I am gonna have to take a little bit of a break. I can't believe we've gone for over 2 hours, man. We're having some heated discussions about the state of candy. But I need to get some things prepped and then we'll get into the other tier list I have. So don't go anywhere and I will be right back. See you soon. Alrighty, I have returned. No, we just got Mandela affected. Oh no, what do you mean you got Mandela affected? I'm guessing you looked into the commercial and it was not Cream Savers? Or something like that? But either way, it was Starburst. Oh! I mean, Starburst has some good... R.I.P. Harambe. Oh, no, wait, what? Starburst had a Harambe commercial? What? What? What am I missing here? You better post this in the media tab. I am very interested now. You better post it. No? Okay. Then why? Why R.I.P. Harambe? It's been... Wait. When did Harambe die again? 2020? It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. That was the universe swap point. Oh. Okay, it's all been downhill since. Gotcha. Gotcha. I guess that is fair. That is fair. Or was it 2016? God dang it. Maybe it was 2016. Was it 2016? Harambe. Yeah, it was 2016. Jesus Christ. It's almost been 10 years. We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary of Harambe. Oh my God. It's only a few months. 2016 was when everything changed. Everything. Frick. Who knew? Who knew? Okay. Well, anyway. I don't know how we're gonna recover and segue into the next segment, but we're just gonna hard cut, I guess. This is the tier list that I made for this specific one. We've got a bunch of different items here that I'll be pulling up closer images of. This is a simple trick or treat tier list. Trick being, this is absolutely cursed. I would not touch this with a 10-foot pole. Please do not do this ever. Treat is like, you know what? I'll try it. We've got a mix of submissions. I got some suggestions on social media. I got some suggestions from my Discord server, and that covered about 5. So I just looked into random cursed images as well. Cursed foods on the internet that we'll be looking over. So, to start, we've got Campbell's Chunky New England Clam Chowder Popsicle. This is absolutely a trick. This is cursed beyond belief. I would not have this ever. So it is going in the trick tier. Cold. Yeah, like, okay, cold soup, unless it's like gazpacho, because gazpacho is just cold soup. But like, I don't like cold soup. I don't like cold soup at all. It's gotta be warm, because that's what soup is supposed to do. It's supposed to warm you up. It's supposed to be a warm, brothy goodness, not frozen treat on a hot summer day. I'm gagging just thinking about it. Moving on, we've got garlic Coca-Cola. Don't know where that, okay, this is obviously photoshopped now that I see it. Like, this is obviously photoshopped. I now see the square around the garlic, so, I would try it. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I would kind of try it too. It's a treat. It sounds like it's like, oh, it's gonna be bad, but like, I wanna see how bad, you know? Or maybe like cola and garlic is the next hot food combo, you know? You got chocolate and peanut butter, and you got Coke and garlic. It's just there. It's just there. Suddenly had the idea of making a popsicle of something not intended to be frozen. Milk pop might be cursed. See, I can see a milk pop being acceptable, especially if you like mix it in with like a chocolate or something like that. A chocolate milk pop. Like, I can see that being, like, that's basically what ice cream is, you know? It's frozen dairy. So I would say a milk pop wouldn't be too bad. It wouldn't be too out of the ordinary. Not intended to be frozen. A popsicle is something not intended to be frozen. I would say like an alcohol of some kind, like a wine pop. Oh, actually, no, a wine pop sounds good too. Dang it. Dang it. Now I kind of want to try that. Frick. You've got me thinking of oh, okay, no, a beer pop. There we go. A frozen beer popsicle would be disgusting. I would not enjoy that. I would not enjoy that whatsoever. I don't know what the freezing point of that specific kind of alcohol is, but it does not sound good. Okay. Next up, yeah, fruit juice would probably be fine, because that's... Okay, so this I saw and was like, okay, that's, a thing. That is a trick-or-treating option, I guess. Good thing this wasn't on the tier list. This is warm scrambled egg, 1 handful per child. Also, this hand has 5 fingers that are not thumbs. Okay, unless that's somebody's foot. There's a lot going on in this image. This is a trick. I enjoy me a good scrambled egg every now and then. I would not trust a pan of scrambled eggs sitting on top of somebody's patio for Halloween. I would not grab even a crumb of that. So, no. This is a trick. Yes, this is absolutely a trick. This is absolutely a trick. No, no, no. No scrambled egg for me, please. Next up we got Gerber. Okay, I saw this, and this is, again, very obviously photoshopped, but at the same time, Gerber Ghost... I can't even say it without busting out laughing. It sounds so funny. Only our babies would eat that. You have some really strong babies. Gerber Ghost Pepper. I would hate to be the child who gets traumatized by that, but it sounds really funny. It sounds so funny. It's obviously a trick. Baby's first heart attack. Yep. Oh my god. And the face too. The face on it is just the I don't know why it says second foods, but it goes back when my my best friend was doing her baby shower, one of the games she had was guess the baby food. And I gotta say, baby food, they are getting the raw end of the deal. They are absolutely, like, ugh. It's just stage of development, if you say so. But, like, I don't know. Baby food tastes gross. Except if it's, like, fruit flavored. If it's, like, a banana or pear, that's, like, whatever. That's fine. It's just pear puree. But you get, like, the peas and carrots, or you get the, like, whatever else vegetable fruit combo. And it's just like, why are we feeding this to children? Why are we feeding this to newborns? They deserve better. But, oh, stage of development is for second. Okay, I see what you mean now. I see what you mean. So specific ages are supposed to get specific Gerber foods. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I wonder how it's going for my best friend feeding her child. I hope everything is all right. God, that thing is only 2 months old at this point. Huh. Wait, is it? No, it was born at the end of July. I'm gonna have to look back into that. Was it the end of July or the end of August? No, it was the end of July. It was towards the end of July. So August, September, October. It's 3 months old. It's 3 months old. Oh man. 3 months old. That's so cute. Okay. Next up. So, okay. I know this is not technically a food item. This is a can. Gerber got sued for those a bunch. Oh, Gerber life insurance. Yeah, I can imagine. So this is a can that is not a food item. However, it did give me an idea, and hear me out on this. Soda in edible cans. It would eliminate a lot of waste, and you wouldn't have to worry about recycling. And like, it's got the soda flavor ingrained into the can, the cup, whatever you're holding it in, and you just get to enjoy more of the soda that way. There's no waste, you don't have to rinse it out. I say that we start packing certain foods and liquids in edible containers and just like having that be the thing. It'd be like watching someone eat a banana peel. A little bit, unless it were actually edible. I guess banana peels could be edible for some people, but I don't know. I just think it would be a neat idea. So I'm gonna say that this is a treat. So far, the treats are soda, I'm noticing. Soda's just a treat. Next up, we've got pizza with cucumber on it. I'm not gonna lie, it's pizza, and it's got cucumber on it. I don't know what you expect, but I would try it. It's a treat. We'll try it. Yeah, why not? Cut it up smaller. Yeah, I would get like smaller slices of cucumber, but I would do it. Cucumber on pizza seems pretty tame. Yeah. It is definitely like one of the tamer options on here. Speaking of pizza, sushitza, sushi pizza. That, I gotta say, is not doing it for me. Sushi pizza is a trick. Sushi pizza sounds like an abomination, an affront to God, and totally depends on the roll. It doesn't matter for me. I don't like sushi. I don't think I would like sushi pizza. I don't care what you try to pair it with. It does not, no. Like, no. Why? No. It'd be a treat if the fish was a topping, but the crust makes it a trick. Sure, buddy. If you say so. But you know what this reminds me of? I forget if I've talked about this before, but in a place I used to live, there was a restaurant. There was a pizza restaurant that was also like a tiki bar. And the pizza that they had was like specialty pizzas that had American Chinese food on top of it. So you had like watercress, you had chow mein, General Tso's pizzas, and it's just like, it was oddly a really good combination. And you wouldn't really expect that off the bat, like Chinese pizza, Chinese toppings on pizza, but it was good. It was so good. And I think there are only like 2 places in the whole United States that they're open. Actually, I am going to check. I'm gonna look up the name of the place. Nope, not that. I want to see how many places they have. Yep. Locations, please. I know that you have 2 of them. Is it really just the 2? Is it really just the 2? Well, I might have just given away, I at least gave away what state it's in. Okay. Well, I'll tell you right now, I guess, just because if anyone wants to look into this. Well, I guess, yeah, we were talking about going through the Midwest earlier. If you are ever in Iowa, if you're ever in Iowa and either in Des Moines or Cedar Rapids, look for a place called Fong's Pizza. And yeah, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Amazing pizza place. And a tiki bar, so you can have tiki drinks. You get to have like little fun alcohols. Very fun for large groups. Highly recommend Fong's Pizza. Or if you live near Iowa and want to take like a day trip or something, why not? Okay, next up, tiny umbrellas are such a vibe. Absolutely. You know where it's at. You know where it's at. We were talking about Almond Joy earlier. For you Almond Joy enjoyers out there, does this spark the same sort of feelings? Does Olive Joy sound like a fun idea that you might want to try? Just tossing that out there. I am uncomfortable. Oh man, I saw this and I was like, okay, yeah, no, I can jive with this. It's absolutely a trick. I'm not gonna like eat it at all. If I wouldn't eat an Almond Joy, I'm not gonna eat an Olive Joy either. But oh man, I like the idea of giving this to some unsuspecting passerby and they bite into their like, why? It's looking at me. I don't like that. That's the olives. The pit. It's an eye. It actually is. It does look kind of like an angry eye now that I look at it. It's kind of funny. Anyway. Yep, that's an Olive Joy. That's an Olive Joy for you. Next we've got this Great Value Pride ice cream. And I have no idea what's going on with this label. Twink flavored fudge packed ice cream with calm and peanut bits. I'm guessing that is supposed to be, I'm guessing that's like photoshopped. It's gotta be. It absolutely has to be. But like, if it's not, I'd try it. There you are. If it's not, it's a treat. Sure. I don't know what twink flavor is, but I'm willing to find out. Next up, we've got Buffalo Lattes, which this is not photoshopped, by the way. This was actually a thing from Tim Hortons. I've never been to a Tim Hortons. I don't know what is going on with a buffalo spice latte, but it's in select Buffalo, New York restaurants. I don't know how popular it was. I would not try it. A twink is a species. It's a species. Okay, that's what we're gonna say. I saw that forever ago and people were saying it was really at Walmart. Yeah. If it was gonna be anywhere, I would imagine it's at a Walmart. Yeah, that is a trick. That is absolutely a trick. I am not gonna be partaking in that. And we're almost getting close. We're getting close. Next up, we've got this monstrosity. It says average meal in Brazil. We've got some pizza covered in rice and beans with meat chunks. There's like a lot going on here, but I'm fine with it, honestly. It's a treat. I'll have it. It's like, it's an interesting combination. I'll give it that. But, I don't know. Imagine meat flavor ice cream. Oh, is it vanilla or chocolate? No, it's beef. See, I could see that being like some random, like, that's kind of on the same level as, you know, those like Bean Boozled sorts of where you get two different flavors and it's like, oh, it could be chocolate or it could be raw beef or something like that. I could see that sort of being the same idea. Crab flavored donuts in Japan, I saw that once. That just makes sense, honestly. There's so many like fish flavor, wasabi flavor, matcha flavor things in Japan. It does not surprise me that they would extend it to donuts. Not gonna lie. But yeah, this, like, for as eclectic as it is, I think that's it. I think that this is just eclectic. And that's the only issue, is that it's like, there's no consistency going on here. It's pizza, it's rice, it's meat, it's beans. But like, sure, I would eat all of those. So, next we've got Hot Pockets. Hot Pockets, heroin, and crayons with a Xanax crust. I tried really hard to get through that sentence without laughing, especially the heroin and crayons. By the way, if this ever pops up in your freezer food aisles, please report it to the authorities right away. It is absolutely a trick. If you wouldn't trust that in your kid's candy, don't trust it in a Hot Pocket. This one's ridiculous. Like, why the crayons? I can understand a little bit. I can understand the combination of heroin and Xanax. Why the crayons? That's the part that throws me so much. Also, did you know the wasabi in America is fake? It's not really wasabi. Really? I guess I didn't know that, but I usually don't really think about wasabi that much. It's just horseradish and lies. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Are we getting to the part that I actually want to get to? Yes, here we go. Okay, so this is the moment. This is what I was waiting for. This, does anyone know what this is? Out of curiosity, can anyone guess what kind of sandwich this is? Please let me know if you know exactly what this sandwich is called. The drugs and candy thing is a bit silly. Drugs are expensive. They're not going to give them away for free. Yeah, like, why? Why would they? I mean, it had to have been a story at some point. It had to have been a story at some point to, like, spark this whole cultural phenomenon, but even so, it is very interesting. Grilled cheese is something. It is grilled, but it is a grilled peanut butter and marshmallow fluff sandwich. It's called a Fluffernutter. It's not exactly a cursed food. It's obviously a treat, because it's peanut butter and marshmallow fluff. Where can you go wrong? But I got recommended it, grilled nutter butter, kind of, I guess. I got recommended by a New Englander, our local Philadelphia mourning dove named Dovely Columbidae. She recommended it to me, and I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? Fluffernutter is such a fun thing to say. It is! Apparently it's a very big, like, staple growing up in the New England area. And let me give you a shout out for Dovely, or that's not... Dovely VTuber, that's her name. There we go. Yeah, she was doing some Pokemon trading card openings earlier today, before the big trick-or-treating Halloween get-togethers, whatnot. But yeah, we were talking about Fluffernutters when she came by last week for our tarot, or like our Ouija board reading. So I was like, you know what? I have a food list coming up. I'm gonna try it then. And so I made one and I'm biting into it right now. I think I got a corner piece that doesn't have a lot of stuff in it. So we're gonna have to wait. Okay. There's the marshmallow fluff. Okay. You know, it's peanut butter and marshmallow. Like, I don't really know what else to say here. It's okay. I can definitely see this being a popular thing for children. They can pack it up for their school lunch. But yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Now I have an entire canister of marshmallow fluff that I need to figure out what to do with. Maybe I'll just eat gobs of it, but ooh, I'd try that. Yeah. I think the interesting part about it is, like, I don't think the only time I've ever had like a grilled PB&J sort of thing is when I'm like very on my last legs of groceries. I'll sometimes have some tortillas left over and I'll cover one tortilla in peanut butter and the other tortilla in jelly, and I'll mush those together, slather it in butter, and then fry that, or like grill it on a stovetop. So I'll have like a grilled PB&J quesadilla basically. And that's kind of like toddler cuisine, a little bit. Fluff makes one feel truly decadent. It does. It's definitely got an interesting texture. But okay. On the other side of things, Chef Boyardee. Oh my god, I love that actually. Chef Boyardee. I gotta make that a thing. Yeah, this is absolutely cursed. Absolutely rotten. My friend sent this in the group chat. You need to ban that friend from life. That is a trick. That's not even a trick. That is a ghoulish prank of unimaginable proportion. That is evil, yes. That, like, trick is like cutesy and fun. This is absolutely evil. And I don't know, I don't know who in their right mind would even like take a bite of this to get this image. The fact that they had to chew this even once, even if they immediately spit it out, they still got this image. They still had this in their mouth at some point, and that is heinous. 20 years maximum, or minimum. High security prison. Solitary confinement, something. I don't know. Next up, we got chicken nuggets. You know, it's perfectly fine. You got some chicken nuggets, and the dipping sauce of choice, Nutella. Depends on the Pop-Tart. Don't even. Do not even, Carly. Do not even. No. Chicken nuggets and Nutella. How do we feel about that? Honestly, I like both of them. I wouldn't mind trying this. I would try chicken nuggets and Nutella. That is a treat. It has been very split. Interesting. Chicken nuggets and Nutella. Yeah, like, why not? Don't hate the idea. Chicken and chocolate is unconventional, but I would try it. Yeah, why not? Absolutely. It's like one of those things like, you know, I have one life to live. I might as well try this just cuz. And if it doesn't work, it's one meal out of the thousands, hundreds of thousands that I'll have in my lifetime. So sure, why not? It's funny though, because like, as I was specifically looking on like the Cursed Foods Reddit, and there was just like a string of food items, all posted by the same guy, and it was just different food items that had Nutella on it. There was this in Nutella, and then it was pizza and Nutella, there was a taco and Nutella, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? Why? Meat and sugar doesn't usually go together, but I've seen people put honey on meat, so it's normal, I guess. Yeah, see, like, honey has its own sort of, like, flavoring to go with meat, and I can see that. It's like, I don't typically see meat as a dessert thing, but Nutella I see as a dessert thing. But remember in 2014 how obsessed people were with Nutella? Remember in 2025 when I was obsessed with Nutella? I am always, yes, I love Nutella. I love Nutella. I love Biscoff spread. Like, I would go ham on either of them. I'll just take scoops of them. Instead of spreading it on something, I'll just eat it straight out of the jar. Nutella's a once a year treat, maybe. Okay, well, I guess a year is only 3 months for me. I love Nutella. I love Nutella, and I'm a little millennial, I guess. I don't know. Next up, okay, so this isn't the exact image. However, this is a stand-in image. This is a stand-in image for a stuffed bread roll. And this comes from Dovewitch on the Discord. If we go back, Dovewitch says, I don't have a picture of it, but when I was a professional chef, my colleagues hated me for invisible BLTs, which was a mostly baked bread roll, take out a chunk, stuff bacon, lettuce, and tomato in the hole, smush the chunk back on, finish baking so you can't tell it's even tampered with. So it's a stuffed bread roll with cooked BLT inside. And if I'm being honest, that sounds great. Like, I don't understand why the coworkers would hate Dovewitch so much. It sounds like a decent idea. Dovewitch, if you're out there, sounds like a pleasant surprise. Yeah, like, and if you know what to expect, if you know, oh, hey, this is a BLT inside, like, that's just a free mini sandwich that you could take on the go. You don't have to worry about stuff spilling out the sides because it's all packed in the roll. Like, yeah, that's a treat. Absolutely. Dovewitch, that's a treat. Honestly, a treat. Invisible BLT seems like it tastes normal, but definitely born of mischief and whimsy and trickery. And that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of whimsy when it comes to your food. Brainchild of Silly Goose, and that is what Dovewitch is. Dovewitch is absolutely a silly goose. Well, a silly pigeon. Dovewitch is a silly pigeon, but same thing. Same thing. Except it's not. A goose is a lot larger than a pigeon, at least as far as I can tell. Either way, Dovewitch, I would give your BLT, I would give your invisible BLT a chance. And like, okay, that also, she's a pigeon, not a goose. Yeah. That also sounds like a really good, like, menu idea, you know? Invisible sandwiches, and it's just a bunch of bread rolls that are like stuffed with different sandwich options. You could have like a buffalo chicken bread roll, an invisible buffalo chicken sandwich, an invisible BLT, invisible, like, whatever sandwich you can think of, and it's just like, it's like a Hot Pocket. Dovewitch basically did a smaller bakery style Hot Pocket, and like, why not? Fancy calzone, exactly. I would not hate that. I wouldn't hate that whatsoever. Stuffed crust pizza, on the other hand. Oh man, stuffed crust pizza. That's a treat. I would try it. The strategy would be to eat the pizza parts first, get all of the sauce and everything off of that, and then eat the breadstick for last, or eat the crust for last, so that the toothpaste cleans out the rest of your mouth as you're eating. That's the strategy. Okay, we only got a few left, just a few left. We can finish this up before the 3-hour mark. This is a sandwich posted by our dear friend Navre. Everybody say thank you, Navre. Navre says, my grandpa used to make peanut butter, jelly, bologna, cheese, and mayo sandwiches. They use mustard in this pic, but we would always use mayo. Still have them occasionally when I'm feeling extra disgusting. Okay. So, PB&J, and wait, what were the other ingredients? Peanut butter, jelly, bologna, cheese, mayo. P, B, and J, and B, and C, and M. So, a P band, jammed, band, canned, something like that. It's basically just 2 sandwiches in one. I don't know, like, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't sound that bad. Like, the flavors would definitely be clashing a little bit, but I feel like, I don't know, especially if you grew up with this, I could see this being something that's like a comfort food of sorts. So, Navre, I would say that yours is a treat as well. I'll try it. I like eggs, but mayonnaise isn't really it for me. Maybe it's because it's gooey. Yeah, I'm not big on mayonnaise either, not gonna lie, but you know, for Navre, my lovely, not boyfriend, I'll do it. I'll do it for him. He deserves it. He deserves the world. Milk flavored Pocky. I don't see what the issue is. Is milk flavored Pocky not like it's like cookies and cream. Isn't there a cookies and cream Pocky? So what's the big deal with milk Pocky? I don't know, it seems fine. Seems fine, so I would say that this is a treat as well. Isn't that just a normal Pocky? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I thought milk, I thought that the regular Pocky flavor was like chocolate or something. Maybe there's something specifically about the milk part that's like sour or something. I don't know. But either way, I would give it a try. So it's a treat. And then we got 2 left. The first one being bologna cake. This was submitted by Varia. I honestly don't know what to say about this. It looks like layers of bologna and frosting. And that's it. I want to say that there's a lot to unpack here, but there honestly isn't because it's just bologna and frosting. Like, would I take a bite of this? That is the big question. Would I take a bite of bologna cake? I really gotta think about this one. Would I take a bite of bologna cake? It's bologna with frosting. I'm offended. Why are you offended? Like, well, let's weigh the pros and cons here. I hate bologna with a passion. Okay, so we got bologna. We've established that. We got bologna, and we've also established that we got frosting. It disgusts me, but the sight is mesmerizing. Maybe that's it. Maybe in my mind, I'm like, I know this is gonna be a bad idea, but something in my stomach is saying, give it a shot, man. I grew up fighting over the bologna with the red strip on the outside, and I can't eat it at all now. Varia knows something we don't, apparently. I need to ask him about this later. But I think, overall, if I'm willing to give this even one bite, I think I gotta put it in the treat category. All right. And last but not least, let me make sure that I get to the proper image. There we go. Okay. This, if anybody knows a webcomic maker by the name of Flork of Cows, they make webcomics and they also run the Socks VTuber agency. They started a VTuber agency, I think last year sometime. And yeah, they posted this very interesting sandwich concept that they do, where they have a PB&J, but a PB&J but they have a piece of wet, water-soaked bread in the middle, and they call it a peanut butter and wet sandwich. Like, when I first heard of this concept, I was like, you know what? Sure, I would try it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized I don't know if I like the idea of wet bread being on my sandwich. I mean, technically, if you think about it, the jelly kind of makes it wet anyway, but like an entire waterlogged piece of bread in the middle, that's the part. Reminds me of Friends episode with Thanksgiving leftover sandwich where they had a middle bread soaked in gravy. See, gravy would be fine, especially in the context of Thanksgiving leftovers. A PB&J with just wet water bread in the middle? That's a bit different. And the more I thought about it and the more I got disgusted by it, the more I realized, wait a minute. There's a reason why I have such an aversion to this. Sockpucket meme person is a VTuber agent? He is! He is, yes. Yes, indeed. He started, like I said, sometime last year, and yeah, I don't know. He just got really interested in VTubers all of a sudden. I don't remember why, but yeah. So, the reason I am adverse to this particular concept is because I have had something very similar before. When I was in second grade, we went on a field trip. And during this field trip, you know, we had to pack our lunches to go over to this science center that was a few towns over. And we got to do all these fun things, all these fun activities that were going on at the science center. There was a big, like, ball. You know those balls of, like, electricity where you put your hand on it and all the coils of, like, electricity, like, gather onto your hand and things like that? They had one of those. They had a little exhibit where they showcased a bunch of, like, different animals to us. People could hold a spider, but I was not brave enough to hold a spider, so I didn't do that. It's like a big tarantula. They had a little trough that had baby chicks inside, and you weren't supposed to touch the baby chicks, but I definitely did. Because I wanted to feel them. I wanted to see how fluffy they were. And yeah, it was just like a bunch of science stuff. And it was really fun. We had to pack our lunches, and when it came time to open our lunches, I had a PB&J and some grape juice. Only the container, whatever it was, the cup in which I had the grape juice, burst open. And everything inside of my lunch pack was soaked in grape juice. I was very, very sad, very upset. It is still a traumatic memory to me to this day, and I still remember the feeling of having to eat this soggy PB&J sandwich because I had no other options. And it sucked. It sucked so hard. So, having a soaked sandwich, even just a slice of it, no. No, no, no. This, I'm sorry to say, Flork, it is a trick. It is absolutely a trick. We almost went completely half and half. But unfortunately, there were just a few extra treats that sounded too good to pass up. So, that is the tier list for that. I would say overall, pretty good. And I'm still working on one of the treats right now, so I mean, technically I could take the Fluffernutter out because that was like a gimme anyway. I don't know. Regardless, there we go. We got our trick or treat tier list. We got our Halloween candy tier list. I think that went pretty well overall. Yeah. I know that it was a little upsetting in some parts for some of you. Sorry that I don't like almonds and coconut. But I do thank you for joining me on this excursion, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I hope I feel like we had some fun discussions, and yeah, overall, I hope that this Halloween is good for you. I hope you all had a good haul if you went trick-or-treating. I hope you all get some good candy, some good scares. However you enjoy your Halloween, I hope it goes well for you. Yeah. So now we are gonna find somebody to raid. How about that? We'll see who's out and about in the Twitch world. And then, anything else I want to say? So now that the tier list is done, this is gonna be it. Spooky Month is done. Spooky Month has now officially come to a close. Oh my god. And we're just gonna have to find out where to go from here. I am gonna be playing Silksong tomorrow. I know it's sad. I know it's sad, but you know, we gotta move on. Time does not wait. Time does not wait for any of us. I'm gonna be playing Silksong tomorrow. And then we got something going on Sunday. Right, Resident Evil 7. So there's still going to be some spookiness down the line. So you don't need to worry about that. But I also have a fun announcement happening on Sunday. And it's specifically going to be on my socials. So let me link those again. If you want to follow me, especially if you're a bird VTuber, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, please go look forward to that announcement coming in the very near future. I'm so excited for this project. I started getting some stuff prepped for it. I'm just very excited for the prospect of it. I hope it pans out. It's going to be very ambitious, but very fun if it does all fall into place. So, yeah. I won't move on spooky year-round. You know what? That is fair. That is a way to be. For sure. Okay. So let's see here. We got Civvy playing some Batman Arkham Asylum. We got Nyx Nakoda playing Little Nightmares 3. Snow Fables playing Slay the Princess. I'm trying to see. Trying to see who all... We got some people playing Repo. Narrow Aegis is playing Fright Fest with some people. Got Dead by Daylight. I'm trying to see... Whoever's the most spiritually Halloween. We could raid into someone who's a spooky VTuber. There is Nellowhead. Nellowhead is a crow skull, has a new 3D model. So we could go right into that. It's been streaming for 6 hours. It looks like he's doing some Elden Ring right now. So that could be fun. Let me just give a little look over. Oh, and Ginny Akai is also doing a model debut. Dang, both of you are having a... Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll raid into Nellowhead though. We'll raid into the 3D model debut there. And we will get the raid message going as well. But I'll also give a shout out to Ginny so that you can go check her out as well. Ginny Akai. Bam. That's not the channel name. Is it just one word? Yes, it is. Okay. Let me try that again. I always forget who has the space and who doesn't, or the underscore in their name. But there we go. Go follow Ginny. Ginny is also a crow, like a pirate crow VTuber. But we're gonna be rating it to Nettlehead, who is a crow skull. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Here is the raid message if you'd like to copy and paste it. And yeah, go say hi. Go see what the new 3D model's all about. Yeah, thank you again for joining. Thank you for all the spookiness of this season. I hope you liked it. And I will see you in November. Ooh, it's so far away. But I'll see you in November. For some of you, it already is November. But yeah, thank you again. And I hope you have a good rest of your night. Take care and happy Halloween. Bye-bye.